Let me read this. This is the Shemitah cycle for the past 100 years. Let me read this. God's calendar, opposite intersections with two of our Georgian years. It is wise for us to attune our hearts with the times and feast dates that have been set down by God. In this way, we gain understanding about current and future events. God commands rest on the seventh day, the Sabbath. This rest also applies to the cycles of weeks and years. The cycle of 7 weeks, 7 times 7, points to the 50th day, which is Pentecost. The cycle of 7 sets of 7 years, 7 times 7, Shemitah years, points to the 50th year. Jubilee. The year of Jubilee is based on letting the land rest every seventh year, known as the Shemitah year. During this year, God commands rest for both the farmer and the land. But the seventh year, and this is a quote of God, but the seventh year thou shalt let it rest and lie still. That is found in Exodus 23:11. Israel has two calendars, a religious calendar and a civil calendar. The Shemitah is based on the civil calendar, which always begins on the Feast of Trumpets, which is September and October. The Shemitah is like a two-edged sword. To the nation that upholds the ways of God, it comes as a blessing. To the nation that turns its back on God, the Shemitah comes in the sign of judgment. The impact of the Shemitah is the wiping away of that which has been built up. A Shemitah reminds a nation that its blessings and power come only from God. Without them, they must eventually fall. Towers symbolize a nation's power and pride. This connection can be seen from the very first tower. Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves. That is found in Genesis 11, verse 4. The prideful building of the Tower of Babel brought judgment. America is the most powerful nation in the history of the world. And on April 30th, 1789, George Washington prophetically declared that should America turn away from God, his blessings will be removed. The Shemitah judgment and America converged on September 11th, 2001, when the towers fell. The World Trade Center was conceived in the Shemitah year of 1945, and that begun in the Shemitah of 1966, was dedicated in the Shemitah of 1973, and destroyed in the Shemitah of 2001. This was a warning from God to come back to him, but the leaders of America quoted Isaiah 9:10 in defiance, who say in pride and arrogance of heart, the bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with hewn stone. When ancient Israel uttered these prideful words, God brought judgment upon the land of that which was built and wiped away. The new tower raised up from the ground zero has a 40,000 pound hewn foundation of stone. So, at the climax of 2021, Shemitah came two falls, a colossal collapse in Wall Street, and the most physical collapse in American history as the two towers came crashing down to earth. Shemitah years are behind the rise and fall of America. If the rise of a tower foreshadowed the rise of America, what does a fall of a tower foreshadow? Now, you can take a look at the incredibly accurate timing of the Shemitah year and see for yourself. God bless. Thank you for listening. Stay awake, be alert, and be a beacon of life to other people that are walking in the dark. Bye-bye.